Kia ora, welcome. I'm Jill, also known as Tea in the Yarn on Instagram, and if you're using Ravelry at the moment, I'm there as well. Oh, good news about the message from Ravelry the other day, so that's quite cool. Yes, working on the whole accessibility thing. I'm here in Tauranga, which is in the Bay of Plenty in New Zealand, and it's a pretty grey, icky day today. So I've got lots of lights on to make it look sunny. So welcome along. Just gonna yak about all my stuff. I'll talk about FibreTron, which was so cool, at the end when I show you all of the stuff I bought. Just in case you're not into seeing purchases, because it's, you know, can be a bit excessive maybe. I felt like I held back. So yeah, wait to see what you think. Right, so I have finished things. Not so many finished things. A lot of new cast-ons though. I kind of went a bit crazy and cast on quite a lot of stuff. So finished things. I've started also to take notes to remember what I've talked to you about, because sometimes I can't remember. I wove a thing. So this is a scarf. It's quite thin, but I tried doing something a bit different, so it was a bit thinner than the other things I've woven. I'm thinking about making these for my friends down south. Probably for next winter now. The way I'm going, but it's the dye. It's my hand spun, so it's the dye candy yarn that I got from Nana Cindy when I was in Dunedin, and yeah, and it was one ball of wool, DK wool that I got. It's bought like the other week, just for the warp. I like the colours. I think it looks really cool. Yeah, it's this one. So I've got some left. So that was what it looked like before it went into that. I've probably got enough for another one. So this one, I did do the fulling. So I did the hot water and smushed it around so that it's like you don't really see through it. Not that you could see, but I could see. Can you see through it? Anyway, that's my weaving. The loom has now been stolen. Not really. Andrew quite liked that I made a scarf in a week, so he thought he'd make himself one. So yep, he's doing that at the moment. He's got about this far. That's not too bad. See if he finishes it. Anyway, my other finished project is my scrappy long cowl. I haven't washed this one yet, so some of it is a bit fatter than other bits. So I haven't like done the, you know, blocking bit, and I'll give it a stretch in certain places just so that it's kind of the same. Thank you all for your comments about Kitchener stitch. I tried it, didn't work. Then I read your comments, and so Alex told me a little ditty, which when I read it, it's like, oh, that's where I'm going wrong, because apparently you don't take 2 stitches off each side at the same time, which is what I was doing. You only take 1 off and then you come back. Anyway, by that time, unfortunately, because I don't have much patience, I'd already cast off. I used just a crochet hook and cast it off, and then I mattress stitched it together. It's okay. It's a bit tighter though, so when I do wash it after, yeah, it might be alright. It's not too lumpy either, which is good, but yeah, it's not too bad. I mean, I think that because it's all different yarns and different colours, it probably doesn't make too much of a difference that I didn't do that properly. But there you go. Yeah, so that's my two finished things. Just noticed I'm not wearing any woolens today. I was wearing a scarf when I was out before. Okay, so things that I've cast on since last time. Actually, yeah, I think they're all new cast on since last time. Unless I don't remember. This is why I made some notes, because I couldn't remember if I had cast on Andrew's socks or not. Because I'm just doing them at work, so it seems like they're taking forever. So here's this. I'm just doing. Is it called a broken rib when you do one row of, like, I'm doing a knit 3, purl 1, and then the next one I'm just doing knit. I think it might be. So I just wanted. I couldn't be bothered doing rib the whole time, but I wanted a little bit of stretch in it, so that's why I've done that. So there you go. And this is whoops. This is my zigzag yarn, and it just has a shade number 748. And he chose that colour. Just kind of surprised about, but it doesn't look as bright on the camera as it does in real life, where it's really orange and green. Really orange and green. Can you see? Maybe not. And I've got that living in my little Doctor Who bag that I also got in Dunedin at FibreTron, and it's got my purse and my phone and everything in it. Well, not my phone, that's up there, but normally it has my phone in. For some reason, since we came out of lockdown, I haven't gone back to using a handbag, and this or whatever little knitting bag I've got for my carrying around knitting project has been my handbag. I'm not really missing it either, because I guess what was usually in my handbag was my knitting and my phone and my wallet. But yeah, so this is currently my handbag as well. So that's a work in progress that I may have showed you last time. I've had a haircut, it's too short, but it'll grow. It's a bit, yeah, it'll grow, that's fine. Anyway, back to works in progress. This is, should I go first? First one I cast on was this one, and I went crazy fast with it, and then I stopped. So it's a shawl. It's called Kalara, which is Amber O'Brien shawl, and I've had it in my, actually I've had it in my library for ages. It's a shallow triangle shape, and it's knit from one end to the other end. Oops, let's try and get that done. And this is it. If you can you see that very well? It's got like I guess it was kind of like a border at the top that doesn't change. Like once it gets to a certain, it starts off small, but then once it gets to a certain width, it stays the same, and the bottom is the bit that changes. So it's got this bit here with the, you like slip 2 knitwise, knit 1, put them over. Is it a center double decrease, perhaps? Just there, yeah. So yeah, so I've got to the decrease bit, so I've got past, I'm going to say past the first half, but it can't be, because you needed to have a third of your yarn up until that middle bit, and then 2/3 of the yarn took the rest of it. I don't really understand the mathematics of it, really. Anyway, I think I showed you the inside out. So let's try it this way. Is that the better? That's the right way around. I suppose it doesn't really matter. And I am using, so these two, which I've had for quite a long time in my stash, and these are from Kiwiana, and they are full play high twist merino yarns. And I don't know if you can see, like, this one's got some of that in and that one's got some of this in. So they complement rather than contrast. Yeah, very easy TV knitting, which I'm doing by the TV sometimes. Although at the moment I'm seem to have a thing about spinning. And they're sitting in the Doctor Who bag. Right, so I'm ticking off. Tick, tick, okay. My other thing I've got is, and I do have to mention FibreTron here first before I talk to you about this jersey. When I was at FibreTron, I saw a lot, and I didn't see a lot. I saw a couple of sweaters really caught my eye, and they were like thin and kind of lacy but not lace and drapey. One of them was the Love Note, which was knit in a mohair, just a single mohair, and the other one is the diaphanous, I don't know if it's diaphanous V-neck sweater or it's just diaphanous sweater, which I've got in my favourites and I really like. And that one's a bit different because it has a kind of a more solid body, and it's the arms that are like that, like knit just in the lace weight or the mohair kind of by itself. So I wanted to make something like that, because how many sweaters do you need and how many can you wear? Well, this way it's okay, it'll be more of a transition sweater, so once it starts to get a bit warm I can still kind of wear it, just over things, pop it over things. So I found one sweater, cool, sweater number one actually, and it's by my favourite things. So I pop a picture maybe if I can do that. So I'll pop it here. So it's, yeah, by my favourite things. They call their things, the patterns, quite basic things like sweater number one, sweater number two, sweater number three, cardigan number one, and that sort of thing. I really like their patterns. They seem really basic, but what they've done and how they've made them makes them kind of classic. So anyway, my number one sweater is made with, it's supposed to be a lace weight and a merino. I mean, not merino, lace weight and a mohair. But I don't have that. I do have a lace weight, and I have some other things. So I've got these two, some other things. So these two were in my stash. So the bright orange, which is not again as bright, it's a lot brighter than it looks there. So the bright orange, I got from a yarn store that was on sale. I think it's an Italian kind of lace weight something. Lost the band ages ago. And then I've got this one, which is called Pumpkin, and I got from something like Love Knitting. There you go, it sounds like it's an Italian one too. And that's the ball band for that one. So it's Louisa Harding Yarns, Amatola. So it's wool and silk. It kind of has a little bit of a halo, which is why I thought I could use it instead of like mohair. So it's a kind of an oversized sweater, but I'll show you what I've done so far. kind of stripy, which I didn't realise how stripy it was till I've just held it up there. So use a really so it's on big needles, like same as the ranunculus. So they're 6mm needles, but you do the ribbing on 4.5 on each bit. So the ribbon's a lot smaller than that, but it has quite steep raglan and quite big. You see that this is gonna, it's gonna stretch out for miles. It'll be all poofy. Actually looks, yeah, you can really see the stripes on the camera. I actually can't really see them as much when it's up close like this. Quite like the stripes though. So it's got poofy sleeves and it goes poofy kind of in the body, but then it decreases dramatically and it decreases dramatically and has quite a big rib on the smaller needles. I think that's going to be really cool. I've got one more of these and that's still going. I mean, it hasn't really shrunk very much, that lace weight yarn. So that's what I've been working on most of. As you can see, that far down the body, it's going to be the longest sweater I've knit, because you have to knit for quite a while. And like normally my other ones I've made so far have been cropped, so they've gone for like 30 centimeters at the most. And I think this one goes for about 50 before it does the dramatic in, and that probably gives the more blousey kind of look and feel. I'll see how I go with that. Yeah, my impatience kicks in and it's like, God, just do it. And then I kick myself afterwards. Kind of like the my umbrellas jersey, which I probably should have, if I hadn't made it longer in the body, I probably should have had put more rib on, and I might do that, redo the rib bit for this summer, so that I get more use out of it, because otherwise it's quite short and it kind of does this funny little, yeah. But you know, it was a fairly new off the ranks kind of sweater, so yeah, I don't mind. So number one sweater. I think after that I might try the diaphanous one, which has the V, and you hold a 4-ply with a lace, it's supposed to be mohair, together for this piece, and then you just use your mohair for this. I was going to, because sometimes I've crocheted with mohair once and it did affect my nostrils quite a bit, so there was a lot of sneezing going on, and I don't know if that's, you know, it was quite a long time ago, so I don't know if it's a type of mohair it was, or just, you know, I didn't kind of realize it might go up my nose. So I kind of looked at potentially some alpaca, so the Surrey alpaca, which a lot of people use instead of mohair, don't know. So I do have some mohair, which is beautiful, which I was given, which is just sitting there waiting to be, yeah, used, inspired somehow, yeah. But I guess I wanted to try a more airy-fairy kind of jersey to see if I would actually wear it before I invested into the Surrey alpaca, because it's, I would need 2 balls, which would be, I don't know, probably about $80. So I got one when I was at FibreTron. I thought it was enough, but it's not, and I need another one. So yeah, we'll see. I've just, okay, confession. I just this morning signed up for the advent calendar that 3 of the indie dyers are doing together. There's Dying Out Loud, I think Good Wool is the other one, and Nana Cindy. So I've just spent a lot of money this morning. bit naughty, but it's a Christmas one and I've never had one. So I've never had an Advent before, so I thought, yeah, why not? And it'd be really cool because it's a New Zealand one, and I hadn't noticed New Zealand dyes do it before, so yeah, it's a treat. I'll save up and pay for it. Okay, what else am I knitting? I'm knitting to this. I got a fabulous lot of 5-gram minis. No, I don't know if you remember or if you don't remember, but I did a mini sock swap. So you sent 20 5-gram minis, so 20 times 5 grams of little balls to this one lady, and she collected them all up, smushed them around, shed them out, and then sent them back again, which was really cool. And so when I got them, I was like, oh, what will I make? What will I make? Of course, we've talked about this because I've said, oh, I'll make this, or I'll make this, I'll make this. Well, I did try a few different things, and what I've decided to make is another one of these. And I've cast it on and started already. So I'm kind of doing it, it's kind of mild. So it's quite neat from there, doesn't it? I'm doing alternate rows, and I'm using this, which is super bright. And again, the camera doesn't pick up how oh, there we go, it's a bit better. Fantastically bright it is. It's orange and yellow and a bit of brown. I thought I dyed that. I may not have. I may have as well on my dye day. If I didn't dye it, I don't know where I got it. So I'm guessing I dyed it. And with all my little 5-gram minis, I've made a magic ball. So I am alternating one row of each. And I am really liking how it's turning out. Oh, I did a new thing. A new thing for me. I did a provisional cast on so that when I do get to the end, I can do a proper Kitchener as well. Because last time I kind of undid it to try and do the Kitchener and it didn't really work. And it didn't work anyway, let's face it, because I didn't read the instructions or follow the YouTube properly. Okay, so that was the exciting part to begin with, was working out how to do that. So I've got my little provisional cast on. Then I'm doing alternate with each little mini skein. I think it's looking really fab. If it keeps on going and it's like really, really long, what would be really cool is, I know it will mean I've done my provisional cast on for no reason, but like you could gather it up and put a pom-pom on the end and it'd be a scarf. That would be quite cool too. It'd also make quite a cool hat, but I think it's a bit small for a hat. Yeah, put some more for a hat. So there we go. That's what I'm doing with my 5-gram minis. I like that. Hopefully it will take me less than a year to complete it, since I've got all my yarn already and I kind of know what I'm doing with that. That's all the things I've cast on. I've got another one that I've committed to, and I was going to say I did a swatch. I didn't do a swatch. I did a practice run of what the colours might look like together, because it's a stripy top. So it's the read my little piece of paper, the Joni boat neck from Poison Girls, and it is a cow. So starts proper next week, or this week now, we're in August, the first week in August. Last week, just finished, we were to do swatches and work out colours and that sort of thing. So I've done all of that. And this is my colour combination. It goes, I haven't got my piece of paper in there. I worked out all my colours, then I haven't put my colour combination in there. Anyway, I've got, starting with this, so I've measured everything, so I've got enough, because that just is this bit round here. So that's some of my hedgehog birthday cake. I've got some Nana Cindy Wonders, and for people who know me, they knew that I bought those two at Woolfest last year, and then I knitted a shawl. I never wore it. I maybe wore it once. I didn't like the shawl that I picked. It was kind of a bit funny. Half of it was like stocking stitch or garter stitch. Garter is the one that knits on both sides. So half of it was garter stitch. The other half was like a lace, like a knit together yarn over kind of thing. And I didn't like it. So I never wore it. So I frogged it. I do have a bigger ball of this, but this one got knotted, so this is the little ball that came off the end. So I've got my Nana Cindy and that one. So that's 1, 2. Then I can't quite remember which way these go around. So there's, I think it's like that. So I had to have like 400 grams of one colour, and so that's that colour. This is Belinda's hand dyed. Then I've got some more of this one, which I think is Kiwiana. Because I think it might have come my Christmas one along with that, with my other orangey one, because I got 2 balls from there. And because purple is not normally a colour I would have bought, except for the last weekend. But anyway, purple is not a colour I would normally have bought, so I think that kind of it was a gift. Then I've got this one, which I got from ladies at Cannes last year. So that's going to be my jersey. Very pinky and purpley, and a bit like the orangey colour. It's like really different colours I wouldn't normally wear. But I seem to have gathered quite a few things that I found. I've got. I was trying to do 2 things at once, and I was trying to put my yarn back in the bag and talk, and that wasn't working. What was I trying to say? I found that I go through stages of what colours I buy. So I went through lots of greens for a while, I went through oranges for a while. At the moment I'm being a pinky purpley. So I guess it does pay off in the end, because then you can like grab a load of things and put them together. This little bag I got from, it was a Christmas gift thing that they do at the creative fibre group I go to in Peppercorn. And Leonie made it. She's very clever. Okay. So even though I said I've had enough jerseys for this season, I've got the #1 sweater, which we've discussed is fine because it's a in-between one, and the Joni boat neck, which I think it was 4-ply sweater, so it's not going to be really, really heavy, and I think it's a 3/4 sleeve anyway, which is my preference. So again, it'd be a nice in-between one. I think I've got 2 months to make it, so end of September I think is the end of that cowl. So it'll be quite fun to do. Okay, before I still haven't gone to my purchases yet. Let's finish with my spinning. So here's a bit of spinning I've done. I've done 2 lots of this. So what I've got here is so I still had some of this Time Travelers Club stuff arriving. So this was called Boat Race, and his head is gone. There we go. Merino and viscose. And I have plied it with my Polworth that I got last year at FibreTron. So I had about 100 grams left of that. So it was enough to finish this. So it's made 2 skeins. I haven't washed it yet. I imagine it's going to puff up quite nicely. So yeah. For a spun together, I think the colours look quite good. There's like every so often one's a bit lighter than the other, a little bit of greens coming through, and I think it's quite pretty. Got 2 of those. And so I got quite into my spinning lately. So I've done 2 of those, and I've got another one half done, another something else from Heavenly not Heavenly, that's Heavenly Fibres. The lady down by the Catlins, got one of hers on the go as well at the moment. Right, FibreTron. Oh my gosh, I had such a good time. So I don't feel like I overspent, which was a big tick. I came home with cash in my wallet, big tick. I was absolutely exhausted. So I put my hand up to help Julie from Wool on Wheels. And I get her email updates, and she said, if anyone wants to help, it'd be really cool. So I was like, well, I'm going anyway, and yeah, why not? And also meant I could have a look at all of the places and squish all of the yarns before anybody else arrived. So I got there at 9 o'clock, didn't start till 10:30. So 9 o'clock, so helping Julie with her bits and organising. And then at 10-ish, I just went for a bit of a walk around and bought some things. And then after that, it was all full on mental as soon as the doors opened, right up until probably about 2:30. They finished at 3:30. 2:30 to 3:30, it was a lot quieter. And so then I had another little walk around then and got a couple more things. It was, oh my gosh, it was so fab. I was like, I got to see everybody, because rather than like walking around looking at things, I was looking at people. So it was great. It was like, I saw people that I only see, at fibre festivals, and friends from Auckland, and yeah, it was just very cool. It was really, really cool. Enjoyed it a lot. Let me show you my purchases. Shall we start with the fibre first or the yarn first? Let's start with labels first. So I got some Cullion the Machine labels. So these ones say one of a kind. And I've got these ones which are handmade. And I haven't written down where I got those from, and it is the lady that sells the hedgehog fibres. This is where I need Belinda, because she's so good at remembering names. The Yarn Queen. There we go. I bought those from the Yarn Queen. One thing I didn't buy this time, and I normally buy at a festival as a treat for me, is some hedgehog fibre, and I just didn't. I didn't even look this year, which is strange. Maybe because I've still got my other one in the Well, I've still got my birthday cake one, which I haven't used properly yet. Yeah, okay. Right, what else have I got here? I went to see Purple Sprouting. And this is where I bought this one, which is my Surrey Silk Cloud. The colorway is called Holly Go Lightly. It's incredibly soft. So this is what I was thinking for that jersey, because I just happen to have, is that the right one? Oh no, wrong one. I just happen to have Holly Go Lightly 4-ply Deluxe, which was just after lockdown order. As soon as things could get posted, I broke the yarn diet, and I got some nice yummies from Purple Sprouting. So I got this, and of course, okay, so this was my last purchase of the day. I was tired and didn't really think about what I needed if I was going to make that diaphanous sweater. Kind of thought, oh, I'll just buy one. Bought one. It's not enough. So there's 300 meters here, and I need 800 to make that diaphanous one if I want full sleeves. I guess I could do half sleeves if I bought another one. Anyway, that's that. I also went shopping to Sue's hand-dyed fibre and yarn. So this is merino nylon, beautiful colours. Again, it's the pinks, isn't it? But I was walking past, went, colour like that, buy it. And yeah, that was that really. What will I make with it? Who knows? I always have this thing about buying posh yarn for socks, because you know they get one on your feet and nobody sees them like they do if they're up here or up here or here. Yeah, anyway, love it. Popped by Prosper and bought some, like, so I bought some of her Romney lamb's wool at Morrinsville last year. I think it was last year, maybe it was the beginning of this year. sometime that felt like it's a long time ago. And her she doesn't sell very much of this. It's just like what she's got left over. So it's 3-ply, 3 to 4-ply, and there is almost 500 meters here. So I'm using the green one of hers, bright, like it's a really nice green, doing the Clara Jane cardigan, which I haven't bought to show you as a WIP because I feel like I've kind of fallen out with it. It's out of favour. I did 2 rows and thought, I don't know if it's because it's a cardigan or if it's, yeah, just like, it feels like hard work and it might not work, and that would be really annoying. Maybe cardigans are just not my thing. Might be perfect, who knows. Anyway, but purple, ooh, something a bit different, isn't it? There was only one, so I bought it. Then I found this one. This one's I bought from Julia Wool on Wheels. So this is Janssen. I haven't heard of Janssen before. Can you see that very well? So Susan Jensen, and it is a 3-ply as well, and again about 500 meters. And I thought they could go together. Stripes, there's enough for a garment there. Isn't it 1,000 meters? Yes. Again, not my colors, and I don't know why I've got myself into these colors, but it might be beautiful together, I thought. Da-da-da. So I came back with a garment load of something. My last yarn was some Mrs. Peacock yarn. So a really nice ball of self-striping sock yarn. This one is the Library. So Mrs. Peacock was a new to FibreFest, and I think she's a fairly newish dyer. I hadn't seen her in other places. I've seen her online quite a lot on Instagram, but I hadn't actually seen her at a festival or a yarn show. I had seen her self-striping sock yarn online, so I really didn't know what I wanted when I went to see her. In the morning, pre the opening, the sock yarn wasn't out. It was still in the box. So then I had to go back later, and I was quite relieved when I saw that there was some still left. So she calls her colourways after Pluto, which is quite cool. Like Mrs. Peacock, obviously, in the library with the knitting needle. Clever. So they were my yarnies. Right, my fibre, and I'm nearly done. I just noticed I've been talking for 40 minutes. It feels like a long chat today. A lot to say. Right, so I popped by Jumbo Carding, and who I bought the Polworth of, or I got the Polworth of last year, and I bought some other really yummy things from her as well. And I'm hoping that she'll also be at the retreat in September, which is okay. So retreat in September, Creative Fibre Auckland has got a 2-day retreat at the first weekend in September that I'm booked in for at the monastery. Great fun. Anyway, last time, which was the first time I went, Jim Book was there, as was Lynn from Fibre to Go. So there'll be a little bit of, I'm going to say a little bit of spending, but I just remembered what I spent this morning, so might be some good saving for the next month. Not far away. Okay. I bought this anyway. I bought 200 grams of this, which is green and purple, which is just, it's just really cool. And it's her mix. So it's not Polworth, it's not merino, or it might be Polworth and it might be merino. It might be just a bit of random wool, might be, I don't know, a bit of alpaca, who knows. It was her mixture of stuff. But I felt it and it was like, oh, it was the softest thing. It was like so, yeah, as you just like could lean on it and just, there's no prickles, it's soft. But I say actually I got a really big lot. I made it into a ball. Thought it might be quite a bit easier to handle. So I got that. I also went to see Die Happy and got some nice bright orange merino. Obviously I'm still into oranges a bit, even though everything else has been pinks and purples. Green, actually I've got all of the colours this time. Green and purple, pink and purple, orange. So yeah, some of that to spin. Put it up here, it doesn't get in there. And the other thing I got was a bag. Let's use the swooshing. So from Twisted Sister, one of her bats. I posted it into one of the groups I'm online chatting, and someone said it'll be like spinning summer. I was like, yes, it will. I burst into start spinning it, but I thought I better wait and show it to you because, you know, it's been a whole week. And it's gorgeous, isn't it? Yeah. We're doing, so that's Annette, and Annette's doing a class, she said, at the retreat of how to blend your fibre so it's a gradient, and then long draw spinning. So that's going to be exciting and new things to learn, which is always great. I have one more purchase to show you. And this is not yarny at all, but a lot of people have commented on my earrings, so I thought I'd show them to you. They are, I'm getting close to the camera. So it's a TV test pattern, and I got them online. They're made in New Zealand by Lola and Alice. And her website is lolaalice.com. For some reason, I think there might be, do you do that and it goes like that? Does that help? I don't know, I see people on YouTube channels do that. I think she might be in Christchurch. I don't know why I think that. She might not be there at all. But there we go. Cool. I like these earrings. I got some more as well. I've got some of hers that Doctor Who ones too. But she makes some really, really funky earrings and stuff. So I thought I'd show you. Oh, I can tell I've been talking a lot. I'm exhausted now. And I bet you are too. So I might just leave you there to it. There were some other things I wanted to talk about, but they're not really important, so I'll save them for a time where I'm trying to fill up space because I haven't actually knit so much. I think it was all the purchases, wasn't it? And the fact that I've cast on 700 projects. Hopefully a couple of them might be finished next time, and it's not just more new cast-ons. Yeah, a sweater, I can tell, is now going to start to be a bit of a slog because it's going down my body. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. But after holding it up and seeing how cool the stripes are, I quite like it. Okay, shut up babbling. I hope you're all well. Thanks for watching, and hopefully we'll see you in a couple of weeks. Ka kite.